inviting us into your home. My name is Ingrid Lemme, and this is my show, American Dream. A show about people, their hopes, their dreams, their family heritage, and their awesome, awesome realities. My guest today is an all-American HBO star, Darrell Smith. Please help me welcome Darrell Smith.
Thank you, thank you. Thanks for having me on the show.
You're welcome. By the way, Darrell spelled D-A-R-R-E-L-L, Darrell. Your mother had a ball, right?
Yes, she did.
Yeah, she had a ball. Darrell, there is a lot, of course. We are very much interested in knowing everything about The Wire, HBO, all the movies you have been in, are working on presently, whatever else you're doing. But first of all, guess what on American Dream?
What's that?
It's about family heritage.
Ah, beautiful. That's
Listen,
what
give me something about where did it all start? Mom, dad, grandpa, grandma, whatever you remember, whatever you want to talk about.
Well, you know, I've always been an artist. Always. I used to do oil paintings when I was younger, and
When you were younger?
Yes, when I was younger.
Younger, okay.
Younger meaning like 10 and 12.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Because I'm still very young.
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Darrell, I would say you're probably not a day over 29, right?
25.
Oh, God. All righty.
But I've always had the creative mind, and I just always had to create. It's like nonstop creating. You know. So then my aunt, she put me in art school.
That was her.
Yes, she put me in art school.
So she saw that. She saw Darrell is one of those creative people.
Yes, because in regular schools, I mean, I just didn't follow the curriculum.
Darrell, we are different. We creatives are different.
Yes.
The so-called normal world out there, they don't get us.
Yeah.
We are always on the go. Our mind is always going, right?
Right.
Same with me. I always have to do something. I always have to create something. So you were doing oil paintings with 12, boy.
Yes.
That is early.
Yeah, I started really early, and then from that I went into a lot of graffiti art. A lot of graphic arts, yeah. And then I got in trouble for doing graffiti.
Yeah, because I was just going to say, you probably got caught, right?
I did get caught.
Yeah.
And that's when she put me in a graphic arts program.
But that is so
So
great
funny.
that they caught you.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, graphic art program allowed you really to get attention for your work.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
It really did. Because oil paintings and the still life was, it was nice, but I wanted to take the art to a whole different level.
Of course. You wanted attention.
Yeah. It's all about attention.
Of course. It is always about attention.
But Ingrid, my main thing was always to let the world hear my voice through my art. That was one of my main missions early on in my life.
The message you wanted to hear. You wanted to let them hear what you had inside.
Yes.
What you couldn't express.
Correct.
And you did this in many different ways. I mean, you are not only a painter. I mean, oil is obviously still with you today.
Right.
And are you still doing graffiti, by the way?
No. Still not. No.
But eventually, you went into acting.
I did.
Yeah.
Yes, I did.
And how did this all come about? Was it accidentally? Was it something that you would say, I think I was always meant to be an actor or producer, as you are today producing?
Yeah.
How did it come all about? Was there some amazing American dream story involved?
Well, I can't reveal all the secrets, but I've had a lot of people around me who really influenced me. And it was really messing with my mind. I'm like, is it possible for me to actually earn a living at this? And I said, why not? Let me give it a shot. So I went to Stella Adler, study theater, did a lot of off-Broadway, and then...
Now, we need to say that Stella Adler, for everybody who is not so sassy with the world of actors, is probably the school to go. Yeah.
Yes, it is. Stella Adler was, well, she actually taught Marlon Brando, Robert Deniro, Al Pacino. Those are the famous alumnus. And she was one of the ones who revolutionized method acting. You know, learning how to really use your real life experiences and bringing it into your work. Because, I mean, it's nothing fascinating about acting. I mean, we all act every day.
Yes. Did you hear this, guys? We are acting all every day. We're taking on, you are so right. You are so right. We're all taking on a role, and then we are living in this role. Yes, that is so true. But you know, the method is obviously about, let's say, I never forget when my friend Gary Swanson was working on that movie Whiskey School, and he basically became that alcoholic for 3 months. Yes, which he was playing, and he looked like hell. He came to visit me. His hair was all horrible, and you know, and he slipped really into this character, and that's obviously what it means, method.
Right.
Really, to slip into that door.
To really become the character.
To become the character.
Right, not just think about it. Because American acting, you know, back then was mainly done from external. Yeah. You know, and what Brando did, he revolutionized it. He did it from the eternal. Yeah. And used real life experiences. Yes. And now today, most of that film acting that we see is all done from the eternal. And that's what made Brando such a big hit. Yes. You know, because he challenged the system in the way things are done.
So, yeah, I never saw it like that. Yes,
yeah,
you really did.
Because everything back then was, God, I can't even think of the word right now, but it wasn't real acting. It's like they would stage out everything. Yes. You know. Yes,
they basically were just pretending.
Exactly.
While the method has become slipping into the character.
Right.
That means becoming one.
Right.
While the other way was obviously just pretending to be that person. The method is
to be truthful in the moment.
Yes.
Like right now, what's going on between you and I is truthful. It's in the moment. It's happening now.
And we are here.
Exactly.
I like it. Ooh, that is good. That is good. Darrell Smith. Listen, lately everybody has seen you on HBO. I mean, there are not many in the United States who don't know who you are, since you obviously, with this one role, I would say The Wire. My assistant, Constantine, he was just, oh my God! You know what I mean? He was like, oh my God, gotta get Darrell Smith on the show. So this was very, very intense for all the younger generations, especially, who watched The Wire. But Darrell, we want to hear everything about from the first one on, from the first movie on, the people you met, and the person you have become as a result of all that. But in the meantime, guys, listen, Darrell, we got to send these people to the refrigerator. Is that okay with you?
That's fine with me.
Great. Come back. Thanks for staying with me and with Darrell Smith, the HBO man, presently the HBO man, The Wire at Gurney's Inn, overlooking the ocean. And by the way, Darrell, you were born actually in Baltimore, right?
That is correct.
Baltimore. Lives now in Bridgehampton in the Hamptons. Bridgehampton, yeah.
Yes, correct.
And is presently very much in the moment at Gurney's Inn on the American Dream Show in Montauk.
Yes.
Darrell, you promised you would give us every single movie from number one. Please.
From number one. Okay.
You started.
The first movie that I ever did was a film. It was called Highs and Lows. It was a comedy that a friend of mine did, Justin Bartha. Now, Justin, he did Failure to Launch with Matthew McConaughey. He also played Riley Poole in National Treasure. Well, anyway, and he's filming a new movie with Catherine Zeta-Jones right now that's coming out next winter that he's starring in also. But anyway, Justin was, he was a student over at the Tisch School. And at that time I was in, in Los Angeles, and he's like, Darrell, look, I got this really great idea about this movie that I'm doing. It's a comedy about what if Wall Street brokers had bodybuilders carry them around, on their shoulders everywhere,
Yeah.
So, I came home, I read the script, and, I invested in the movie, and not only that, he put me in a movie, It wasn't speaking part, but, I played one of the big guys who carried the brokers on my shoulders.
Hey, you get something for your resume. That was very helpful.
So it was...
Was he heavy, by the way?
The guy was pretty light.
Yeah.
He was pretty light, yeah. Okay. I told him to give me a really, really light guy.
Yeah.
Anyway, once I did that film, he went on and he put that film in Slandance, which is similar to the Sundance. And that, the film, took some notice. So then I went on to appear on Jack, the TV series,
Yeah.
out in Los Angeles. So that was really my first breakthrough, and I was on there for about a year.
Yeah,
I was on Jack. And I played a military officer on there. And then from there, I did one episode of The King of Queens, which was really fun.
Yeah.
I really loved the people over at Sony. There was really great atmosphere.
Good experience.
Oh, yeah, very good experience. I'll tell you what's fascinating about that experience was, at lunchtime, we went out and we played basketball, with Adam Sandler. Yeah, because
To relax. I can't believe it. With Adam Sandler. You must have cracked up the entire...
I did. Well, because it's like a fantasy, because when I was on the King of Queens, I played Lou Ferrigno's buddy as a party crasher.
Yeah.
Okay. The main character, James, he was throwing this humongous Super Bowl party. So he was trying to impress us. So, I played Lou's buddy, and just to be... It's almost surreal, because it's like I watched Lou Ferrigno when he was the Incredible Hulk.
Yeah.
And now I'm actually doing a scene with him, and it's just almost incredible.
And you thought, is this for real?
Yeah.
Yes.
And then at lunchtime, we go out on lunch break, and then Adam Sandler's out there. And he's like, oh, come on and play basketball with me. I'm like, come on, this is unreal.
Yes.
This
is America.
Yeah.
Yes, the American dream.
All things are possible in America.
Let me tell you.
All things.
Yep.
Because I was struggling there. I was sleeping in my car.
See?
And I was working 3 jobs, odds and end jobs. But I just...
Flipping burgers?
No, I wasn't flipping no burgers.
No burgers, okay.
No, party promotions out in Los Angeles.
Party promotions is pretty boring, yeah.
Yeah, it's very boring.
See? I know that.
I went everywhere, handed out flyers constantly, for this Jamaican party all the time.
Yes.
And the only reason that I did it for them is because, I'm not really into Jamaican music, but, at that time, he paid the most.
It paid the bills, yes.
To promote the band.
Of course.
And then along the way, a friend of mine, he said, all right, I want you to meet my friend. So that guy name was Jonathan. His name was Jonathan Swartz. And he's a business manager for a band called Korn and for Linkin Park. And so John, he stayed in Calabasas. Most of the band in Linkin Park stayed in Calabasas, so he stayed right by me. He would say, listen, why don't you come over my house and stay? It was crazy. And so I would go stay at his house. His wife would get upset. So then John was like, all right, let me put you up in a hotel. So he would give me money to stay in a hotel, sometimes for a month at a time.
Amazing.
Oh,
amazing.
I can't even explain to you. It's a unreal story.
Isn't that almost like is this for real?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, and so he and I are still very good friends today. I
bet.
Very, very good friends, but it was just funny how to see you start from here, and then when you come above water one day, you're like, wow, I actually gotten this far.
Yes.
And I've created this.
Yes.
To all the way out to the Hamptons now.
That you can do anything you want.
Anything.
As long as you put your mind on it.
Yep.
This is what America is about. As long as we stay honest and work our back off,
Yeah.
we can make it.
Yep. And people will get behind you and support you.
Yeah.
I mean, so after I did JAG, I moved back to New York, and I really didn't know, what to do. You work, you make some money, you're like, okay, so you know what I do now. So I moved to Brooklyn. I was staying in Brooklyn, and I said, hey, you know what? I'll do a short film. And that's what I did. I wrote it, I produced it.
You wrote the film?
Yeah, I wrote the film. It
What
was called
the
One More Chance.
One More Chance.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was called One More Chance, and
it actually won.
Well, it got nominated, right? It didn't win, but it got nominated for
that
awards.
is already pretty good. Come on, give me a break. Yeah.
I mean, I really didn't expect it to go so far.
Yeah.
But it got nominated for a couple awards at various different film festivals. So then, from that, HBO, the casting director for The Wire, ended up calling the PR people for the film festival.
See that?
Yes. And then that's when everything just took off, and I went to Baltimore to audition, and they called me back the next day, and they offered me a contract.
Can you believe it?
It happened like that. So I'm like, okay. So now I got to pack up and go to Maryland.
Yes.
And everything, and got situated there, and I was there, doing the show. There you go. It's the American
can't
dream.
believe it. This is the epitome of the American dream.
It's America.
I just love it.
Yeah.
I just love it.
And
now you don't have to give out those pamphlets anymore, right?
No.
That's so
No.
cool. That's so cool. I love it. I love it.
No.
Did you know that Robert Deniro lives here from Gurney's, just a couple of blocks down the road on the beach?
I did know that. I didn't know exactly where he lived, but yeah, I do know he has a house out here in Montauk.
Yes. And you know what he started off with? Nothing, honey.
Yeah.
See what I mean? It's all about basically the American dream, what we know we can achieve, and guess what? And then about the method. The method helps.
Mm-hmm.
It really is.
Well,
Stella Adler, I mean, going to that school, it's not that you get it it costs money. Yeah?
Right.
Is that, would you say, is that definitely the best investment your family or you ever made?
Well, I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. I wouldn't say it's the best investment because I think that a lot of acting schools these days, that they take money from a lot of these kids, and a lot of people, a lot of people approach the creative arts in a systematic way.
Okay.
As if they're going to school to be a doctor.
Okay.
And what I realized through my journey was that it's not about the systematic way. It's about going after what you want and making it happen.
Did you hear that, guys?
You got to do you.
Did you hear that? It's about going after what you want. And right now, all of these guys want to go to the refrigerator while we are taking a break, Darrell.
For sure.
For sure. I am so very proud to have on the American Dream Show here at Gurney's in Darrell Smith. Look at him. Look at this great smile.
Thanks for having me.
Great teeth. Very good looking, broad guy. You all know him from The Wire on HBO and then some. Darrell, listen, we were talking about acting schools. Yes, no, what's involved. Is this maybe sometimes a little much that they just take everybody? There are some kids, they really don't have what it takes. And you were saying, you know what, it comes from the inside, basically.
Yeah, because, it's so funny. I trained with a coach out in L.A. by the name of Aaron Spicer. Really great coach. And, all we did was go and just do scenes. We got up and do, which is good because you keep your instrument working. But out of the whole class, what I learned from Aaron was, in order for you to make it in this business, you have to have 3 attributes.
Okay.
First is your look. Second, and most important, are your resources. and the third is the talent. So your look and your resources take up mainly 80%.
Boy,
The talent is only like 20%.
can you believe it?
Okay, because it's no
Thanks
different.
for sharing. Yeah.
Well, because it's once you build relationships with people, people are constantly going to want to keep working with people who they already worked with before.
Right.
The key is how do you
So
start.
what you're saying is woo knows woo.
Exactly.
Yes. Because of course you want to work with your friends.
Exactly.
And because you know me already, if you ever are producing a movie with a German role in it, then you're going to call Ingrid.
Yes, you'll be the first one to know,
See what I mean?
and you'll be starring in it.
See?
Yes.
Yes. And
You know?
whatever I can't act, you just going to teach me. Yes?
Hey, look, I'm gonna walk you right through it.
See? I knew it. Darrell,
Go ahead.
tell me what you're working on for the future, because I think we have 5 minutes left, and I want to know. Tell
just
me
getting
what-
good.
Yes, I know.
I just wrapped a film called Oscar Night. Yes, it's a really it's a drama. It was directed by Sam Boyer, and I did it with Yvonne De La Rosa.
Beautiful lady.
Yeah, Yvonne. Yeah, she's done a lot of work.
Woo! Beautiful girl.
And I play a character in there named Derek Jones. And
What's Derek doing?
what's Derek doing?
Yeah, in the movie. Derek is.
Derek is fighting to get his child that him and Yvonne had. Okay, but Derek it's so funny because and this is hysterical because the whole film is based around me being in an interview.
Yes.
You know, by E Entertainment.
No.
And, yes, this is so funny.
Can
And
you
now I'm doing
believe
this
it?
You know.
Yes.
And I'm doing these in the movie. It goes back to the flashbacks of what it took me to get to the top.
Yes.
And the sacrifices that I had to make.
Yes.
And then there's a big secret about this character that I just cannot reveal.
But you had to sign that. You can't talk about it.
Nah, I can't talk.
I see.
You know,
I see. Not even on the American Dream Show. You are
not even on American Dream.
Okay. Well, then we have to respect it. Means we have to watch the movie, right?
Yes.
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 And that is what you are working on for
Now.
now.
Yes.
But there is also something what you might be consider, and that is maybe producing, directing.
Yes. Actually working on developing right now a show with with Vivica Fox. And it's I really can't talk about that too, but it's
Another that was another signature.
well, you know, this is a ruthless
Yeah,
industry.
yeah.
We don't want people
Yeah.
to. It's funny because a mutual friend of ours, more so her friend, but she just had one of her shows picked up, with NBC, and it's on now. So it's like you don't want people putting out your ideas, and,
I understand.
You
Darrell,
understand?
I have to tell you, I am so honored to meet a man and who has stayed humble, who has achieved what you achieved, however you achieved it, by goal setting. And then, of course, as you were saying, you have to have some talent. Give me a break. Of course you do.
Yeah.
But, and who says, of course I'm going to go on Ingrid's Little American Dream Show. After all, it's only tri-state, and he is all over the place. But, Darrell, it is really true. It is a different cup of tea now, since with all this YouTube stuff and whatever we are doing. I mean, my show is seen in Japan. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's huge.
So, yes, just by, putting people on YouTube. There was a great thing. I interviewed last month Laurie Stokes from Good Morning America, the news anchor, and her father, Congressman Stokes of 30 years, right? They must have hit on that show, but you can see that on YouTube, right? 10,000s of times since then, while maybe we have access here to maybe 5 million households where you never know how many households are actually watching, right?
Right.
But that YouTube, you can really actually see it, right?
Oh yeah, it's real. YouTube and that's my point when it comes to acting, and this is for anybody who's aspiring to be an actor, a musician, or producer, director. The main thing is to get your work out there.
Yeah.
And make sure that people can see your work and that it gets into the right hands.
What roles are most difficult for you to play?
I don't know. I really don't know yet because I haven't.
Love scenes.
I would say gay scenes.
Gay scenes, yes.
Gay scenes are difficult for me to play.
Because you are a straight man.
Yes, I'm a man's man.
Yeah, okay. Okay,
Yes.
understand. You like the women.
I love the women.
Love the women, okay.
I love them.
Yes, I can tell. I can tell. So, but do you think a love scene you don't have problems with this all this kissing stuff and when it goes like into the nitty-gritty stuff? You can do love scenes, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I could definitely do.
Gotta
love
do what
scenes.
you gotta do. A man has to
Yes.
do what a man has to do, right?
Of course.
Even in front of the camera.
Of course.
Okay.
Well, it's,
So, but can you, when you are on location and you are filming, obviously you're not staying at home in Bridgehampton,
No.
you have to go away,
right.
sometimes for weeks at a time.
Yes. Just like now, I was out in California. That's why filmed the movie. That's why I have a little cold now. Because I came back home to the Hamptons on Sunday.
Yeah.
And then I was only home for a day. Then I had to pack up and go down to Washington D.C. until Friday.
Can you believe it?
I know. And now I'm just back home now. So it's like
You're flying all over the place.
all over.
Yes?
But the beauty is I could be home all week.
Yes. Home all week in Bridgehampton, in the Hamptons, on
Yeah.
Long Island, our very own Darrell Smith, an all-American actor. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Thank you.